Wow, can you believe it? It's going from bad to worse for Ghana. They've wrapped up their dismal qualification campaign by losing at home to Niger. Ghana, you are an embarrassment. I don't need to say it because you know yourselves you are an embarrassment. You've lost at home to Niger. You've not won a game. You've played 6, won none, didn't win any home games, drawn 3, lost 3 in a group with Sudan, Angola and Niger. And with respect, Ghana should be coming out of that group comfortably on top. Now the signs were there. Not one but 2 AFCONs we see Ghana come last in their AFCON group, go out in the group stage, somehow made the World Cup qualifiers when they drew 2 games, didn't win a playoff, they drew 2 games and they had a fishy penalty against South Africa in the group before that. Now the proof is in the pudding, you can't paper over the cracks anymore. Ghana are in crisis. No Ghana at AFCON, it's official, for the first time since 2004. Firstly, let's give a huge, massive congratulations to Sudan. It was edgy, they lost 4-0 to Niger. They were very lucky against Angola. They easily could have had a red card, easily could have been a penalty for Angola, but Sudan, they hit the crossbar a couple of times as well. It was nervy in Benghazi, but Sudan didn't score a goal in match day 5 or 6, but managed to get over the line. And you've got to say, with the way Ghana were performing, it was just awful. And what about Niger? They beat Sudan 4-0. They went to Ghana and won. They very nearly snuck in right at the last second. That would have been unbelievable if Niger got there in the end. But this is about Ghana. And I don't care if people are saying players were missing, players not turning up. Players like Inaki Williams, Semenyo, when are they going to turn up for Ghana? Are you still relying on Ayew? I know Andre Ayew's not around anymore, but Jordan Ayew, Kudus as well. Got to take some responsibility. He was playing against Niger. He didn't do anything either. Surely the coach now, Otto Addo, has to go. I mean, you need the flavours of the big teams at AFCON, and Ghana not there makes it a worse tournament for me. You want Ghana to be there. So, you know, it's sad that they've got things to sort out. The GFA have got to get their act together. They've got to sort out a new proper coach. The irony is the coach of Sudan, Kwesi Appiah, is Ghanaian. So there will be a Ghanaian coach at the AFCON in 2025 at Morocco. He's just not managing Ghana. So a real shock there, no Ghana. Also, there's going to be no Cape Verde as well. Cape Verde in that group with Mauritania, Botswana and Egypt have failed to qualify. Remember, they were a penalty shootout away from being AFCON semi-finalists. They were that close. They lost on penalties to South Africa in the quarterfinals in Ivory Coast. They were that close to qualifying to the semi-finals, Cape Verde. Then they were going to be in the tournament this time. So no Cape Verde, no Ghana. We're not going to have the likes of Namibia this time either. Nigeria, even them, I know they've already qualified, but they've lost at home to Rwanda. I mean, dearie me, people saying Algeria won 5-1 against Liberia because the game didn't matter. Ghana and Nigeria have lost at home to the pot 4 team. Honestly, woeful and embarrassing. It's good to see some teams returning. I'm very happy you got the likes of Comoros that have qualified. You've got Uganda that are back. I think Uganda back for the first time since AFCON 2019. They're qualifying in their group alongside South Africa. The last time Uganda made an AFCON, and that was 2019. Of course, Algeria were the champions that year as well. So good to see Uganda back. You've got Zimbabwe back at the AFCON as well. But I'm very chuffed about Comoros. That was a tough group with Tunisia, Gambia and Madagascar. And I think Comoros are going to have a big part to play in their World Cup qualifying group as well. They've got Ghana, haven't they, I think, and Mali in the World Cup qualifying group. That's going to be tough, but it's good to have Comoros back at the AFCON. So, you know, really, really sad to see what's happening with Ghana. We're getting the usual suspects flavoured in with some new teams that went out the last couple of AFCONs. You know, like I said, Zimbabwe, Uganda, Comoros are there. This AFCON isn't going to have any nation that's never been at AFCON before, so they've all had a flavour of it. Of course, Comoros went in 2021 when I think they had the keeper as a left-back or something crazy against Cameroon. So yeah, really interesting to see what's going to be happening at this tournament. Of course, Nigeria lost at home to Rwanda, which means Nigeria finished on 11 points, but I don't know if that group's done yet, because Libya, of course, were given the 3-0 loss because of the situation with the Nigerian players travelling to Benghazi. If Libya get that game replayed and beat them, every team in that group's going to finish on 8 points. So it might be a watch this space. You know, Libya, if they just got a result at home to Benin, they may well have got something. But as of right now, it's Benin that returned to the AFCON. Of course, Benin in AFCON 2019 famously knocked out Morocco in the first knockout stage. So really interesting to see how it's going to pan out. It's going to be an interesting draw. And of course, Ghana and Nigeria, well, with the losses, it's not going to matter to Ghana because they're not qualified. But Nigeria might knock their pot 1 status with a defeat like that. But seriously, guys, what are your reactions to Sudan making it over Ghana? It's a big deal, a big deal. But you've got to say, Ghana only have themselves to blame. If you can't win a single game, not even a home game, you've got to say you don't deserve it. But I'm going to shout out Niger as well. They very nearly pipped Sudan in the end. 2 great results in match days 5 and 6 for them. Of course, the Moroccan manager doing well there. But yeah, other than that, you've got Gabon back as well. Is Aubameyang going to have one more thing to say at an AFCON? Aubameyang's been at many an AFCON, scored many goals at the AFCON in the group stage particularly. Gabon going to get one more shot at it. Is it a tournament that a team like Algeria can look to win? Let me know what you're thinking of these qualifiers, and I'll see you next time.